My name is Brianna, and I've been coming to Grace for 3.5 years. I grew up in a home where I did not feel loved by my parents. My father was very misogynistic, and he still is, alcoholic as well, and a staunch atheist. My mother, she was very much the codependent spouse, trying to control his drinking, keeping the family secrets, playing the victim, that sort of thing. Looking back, I can see now that they were both just very empty vessels. You know, they had nothing to give. I grew up, though, as a very broken person, an empty person. At 16, I left home. I was just seeking to be loved and accepted by men. Whatever they did is what I did. If they drank, I drank. If they did drugs, I did drugs, you know, just throughout that 5 years. And then after I kind of calmed down a little bit at some of the worst of the behaviors, I went to school and got my GED, and I enrolled in college. At 22 years old, I had my oldest son. At 26 years old, I met a man who was very similar to my father in many, many ways. He was aggressive, alcoholic, very contemptuous of women. He was verbally and emotionally manipulative and abusive like that. It was the absolute perfect storm of a trap to suck me in. We did end up being married for 6 years. We had 2 little kids, but by November of 2015, things were just awful, horrible inside. I was so depressed. I was using alcohol still on a daily basis, you know, after work, whatever, wine just to cope, you know. I couldn't hardly connect with my children. I was just a broken person. And that was the point in November of 2015 where God came into my life. My cousin, as we were having just a conversation about something that had happened, you know, I was very distraught, and she just spoke to just a couple sentences of truth to me about my relationship, you know, that it wasn't functional, that there was actually abusive behavior, you know, and I didn't think that that was true at that time, and I denied it, but it really kick-started this reaching out for something else and opening of my eyes to that really was true. I picked up my mother's old Bible, and I started reading the Bible, and that was just a totally weird thing for me. Obviously, that was not normal behavior for me. I didn't even believe in God, you know. Over the next 6 months, though, it was a very crazy thing that it was all God coming in. I went to Al-Anon meetings. I went to Adult Children of Alcoholics meetings. I checked out Celebrate Recovery. I started going to therapy. I prayed like all the time to God, you know. One thing that was very precious to me during that 6 months initially was when I discovered the value that God places on women and his tender heart that he actually has towards women. And I had never experienced that from any man in my life, you know. I was sharing with my 6-year-old daughter last year the gospel again, and she wasn't so much interested until I asked her if she remembered her old mommy, and she did remember. She said, "Oh yes, I remember that." And I asked her, you know, can she see she has a new mommy too? And oh wow, yes I do, you know, Mommy, you're definitely, you know, different. I told her too that that's what Jesus Christ does, you know. He brings a new person, you know, new person in, and that's what wrought that change in me. And so now I can move forward with showing just the new person that Jesus has made me into, to show them him, to show the rest of the world him.